Stone.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
Premiered in London,
Welcome to your first flying lesson.
it went on to gross almost $1 billion worldwide.
Wow.
I'm Brandon
We
Gross,
can expect great things from you.
and that's Fly.
Since 2013, the annual Progressive Keys to Progress event has provided deserving veterans with vehicles, helping our heroes drive their lives forward. Learn more about this program at keystoprogress.com.
CBS Entertainment, feeling nostalgic for the 2000s? Oh, you're not alone. Hillary Duff there, who hit big in 03 with So Yesterday, announcing new music is coming. Mature will be out Thursday. It's Hillary's first release since 2015. Can we just get that Lizzie McGuire reunion happening?
But you catch on real quick.
Here's Diane Ladd in 1974's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, which got her an Oscar nomination. Ladd died Monday. She was the mother of Laura Dern, who said she was the greatest daughter, mother, grandmother, actress, artist. We were blessed to have her. Diane Ladd was 89. For CBS Entertainment, I'm Matt Wolf.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome in to Rutherford Issues from News Radio, WGNS. Happy to have you along with us today as we roll into another one, the 4th day of November. It is a Tuesday, and we're powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. This is just kind of weird to be talking about Thanksgiving greetings, but gosh, it's here, isn't it? We're talking about 3 weeks from this Thursday. Wow. And then I think we're 7 weeks from Christmas. So the holidays season is upon us. And our friends at Middle Tennessee Electric kick off the holiday season in downtown Murfreesboro at the annual Christmas tree lighting. That's powered by MTE. Coming up Friday, December 5th, starting at 6 p.m., enjoy caroling, a visit with Santa, watch the tree light up, and celebrate Christmas downtown with MTE and our downtown friends on December the 5th. The following, or that weekend, the 7th, I think, is the Smyrna Parade, and the 14th, the Murfreesboro Parade. And gosh, it is upon us. So glad to have you along with us here this morning. Quite a bit to get to today, including our salutes for the morning. We're going to salute our good neighbor of the day, and it is Vanessa over at the Walmart Market on New Salem. Today's SRM Concrete good neighbor of the day for working with a smile and making the shopping experience worthwhile every time. Not just sometimes, but every time. Vanessa at the Walmart Market, recipient of flowers from Jenny Harrison and our friends over at Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and News Radio, WGNS, today's good neighbor. Thanks to Jenny and her staff over at Ryan Flowers for making this a wonderful recognition to receive. Ryan Flowers, they're over at 117 South Academy Street. And WGNS Radio bringing you the good neighbor of the day today. If you want to send in a good neighbor, you can text the word neighbor to 615-893-1450. 615-893-1450. And when you do that, you'll get a reply from us. I saw that someone did that today. So I was just looking at that. So text neighbor to 615-893-1450, and you'll get that actual reply from us. There will be a link within that. It'll say, can't remember exactly, but there will be an obvious hyperlink there. Just tap that with your phone, and we'll take it from there. Okay? Today's SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day is Vanessa at the Walmart Market on New Salem. Today's Good Neighbor moment brought to you by SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known, and committed to the people who make Rutherford County a better place to live. Jimmy and Jerry Young are today's birthday club winner. Jimmy and Jerry Young. They're going to have to share a little banana pudding, I think, right? Wonder if there's any sibling rivalry between the two. Well, they'll put that all away, I'm assuming, here for the Good Neighbor of the Day. I'm sorry, for the birthday club recognition. So, Jimmy and Jerry, happy birthday. If you see them out and about today, wish them a happy birthday. And they'll get to enjoy some banana pudding over at Slick Pig, 1920 East Main. They're open every Tuesday through Saturday for you to celebrate, I don't know, just another day, right? You don't need an excuse to go to Slick Pig for wings or ribs or barbecue. 1920 East Main, open every Tuesday through Saturday. Thank you to the Robinsons over at Slick Pig. Stop on by. You will not be disappointed. If you're new to town and have never been, oh my gosh, you have got to give it a go. I am telling you what, great food over at Slick Pig, and honestly, world famous desserts too. So don't sleep on the dessert menu over at the Slick Pig. And they bring us our birthday club greeting every single day. You can text our phone number or even call, leave us a message. Let us know who's celebrating birthdays, anniversaries each weekday morning. Fridays, we take care of Saturday. Sunday, birthdays, well, we do those on Monday right here at WGNS. It's about 11 minutes exactly right now after 10 o'clock here from WGNS AM/FM.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
Stock market sharply lower today, leading the downside, the technology-heavy NASDAQ. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ both lower by over 1%. This comes as AI company Palantir Technologies was down by about 8% on valuation concerns, despite reporting third-quarter earnings and guidance that beat expectations. Stocks on that downward trajectory. The Dow is off 188 at the moment, 47,148. S&P off 53, 6798. And the NASDAQ is down over 1%, 302 points, 23,531.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, sending you outside on Big GTV as you take a look at what's going on. Bright, beautiful, sunny skies, 51 degrees. Here at the downtown studios of WGNS, but we're up to 59 at the Murfreesboro Airport and 57 at the Smyrna Airport, so I'd say we're somewhere in between that, or right at that here in Murfreesboro this hour. That was last hour's reading, so let's get your forecast details here from Weatherology.
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see sunny skies here for this afternoon with a high into the upper 60s. Southwest winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for tonight, mostly clear with a low around 47. By Wednesday, sunshine, a high of 73 degrees. And Thursday, plenty of blue skies and sun with a high around 72. Friday, a chance for rain showers, cloudy, high of 72 degrees. Then by Saturday, we'll see some sunshine and a high around 70. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer. And as we continue, look at your Rutherford weather radar. And we have this looking at one of our long-term models here at the moment. And this is Friday at 9 a.m., showing a few scattered showers here and there. A little less coverage maybe by 12 noon, but here comes the real deal. 6 p.m. showing showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder or two, but not looking like it's going to be anything severe. But we could have a rainy football Friday night for the first round of the high school football playoffs. By 9 o'clock, all of Middle Tennessee is socked in the rain. Midnight, rain beginning to push off to the east a little bit. This is a little sooner on our thoughts, at least yesterday. Thought this was going to be maybe overnight hours, but it's backed up a little bit. 3 a.m., 4 a.m. A few showers left over on Saturday as well. And here's a resurgence early Sunday morning back into the area. And after that, we are pretty dry. This takes us on out into the following week. This is Friday the 14th, 15th. Looks like another disturbance comes through, and this is so far out in voodoo land, if you will, but this is Monday the 17th, showing maybe a line of storms at that point. But we are kind of getting into the season where, we have a clash in air masses, and that could bring about some big changes. Speaking of big changes, wait until after this cold front goes through. Yeah, it's going to be something else. Severe storms again not expected this weekend, but temperatures Saturday high 69, Sunday high 59, and we're down to freezing on Sunday night. So I know Wayne Blair mentioned had a little frost this morning. If you haven't seen frost yet, looks like it's not only a frost but a freeze on Sunday night, the first one of the year. So looking for a freeze warning probably for that when we get around to that. But that is a look at your Rutherford weather forecast. During impactful and severe weather, we're live on the Rutherford Weather Channel, keeping you informed. Ruco Weather on the social platforms, YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, a lot of platforms out there. And, of course, we're live during impactful and severe weather. We do post occasionally, not something that's going to just inundate your feeds, but if a trend that's coming up, maybe what's ahead for the week, that kind of thing. No more than once a week, unless there's impactful and severe weather in the forecast, and then we're keeping you updated on that. So a great resource tool for you. So check us out, and be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. That helps us to grow and reach more people. The more people that are there and share and like and subscribe to the page, the better coverage and wider coverage area here in Rutherford County that we can give you. So check us out, especially on YouTube and Facebook at Ruco Weather. That's a look at your forecast. 57 in Smyrna, 59 in Murfreesboro. And that is your forecast this morning.
From driveways to highways, SRM Concrete has the right mix, on time, every time. Locally grown, nationally known, family owned and operated. SRM is the name you trust. SRM Concrete, you call, we haul.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Rutherford Issues is brought to you on Big G TV by Murfreesboro Medical Clinic. Proud partner of MTSU Athletics, keeping student athletes mentally and physically healthy. MMC, committed to the health care of our entire community. Here's your World News Check on WGNS. It's brought to you by CBS from our friends at Recycle Right, Tennessee. We've also got your Rutherford Roundup straight ahead as Dalton checks on the latest local news for you. Here from wgnsradio.com.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. Former President George W. Bush calls his Vice President Dick Cheney among the finest public servants of his generation. His family says Cheney died yesterday at 84. CBS's Major Garrett says Cheney was a strong influence during the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Dick Cheney, unlike many vice presidents, is not a footnote in American history. He's not a footnote in American presidential history. He was, without question, the most powerful vice president ever to hold that position.
Political scientist Larry Sabato.
How much he led George Bush and how much George Bush led him, we'll have to leave to historians with all the details. But they were a powerful team.
Last year, Cheney, at odds with Donald Trump, went so far as to back Democrat Kamala Harris. And also from the Politics Makes Strange Bedfellows Department, voters are deciding who will be the next mayor of New York City. CBS's Ed O'Keefe reports President Trump has endorsed longtime political foe Andrew Cuomo.
The president said Cuomo, a Democrat running as an independent after losing the primary, has a record of success. He's capable of it. Mamdani is not. That's 34-year-old Zohran Mamdani, a self-described democratic socialist who's focused on lowering costs in the big city. He wants free childcare and free city buses, and to freeze most rent. His stance on Israel has led some to accuse him of anti-Semitism.
Trump said on social media today that any Jewish person who votes for Mamdani in New York City is a stupid person. CBS's Michael Wallace reports bomb threats have impacted voting in some spots in New Jersey.
The email threats mention polling places in 7 different counties. Those locations were all evacuated this morning. Some have since reopened with a larger police presence. Others were moved to new locations nearby. So far, investigators have found no credible threats. New Jerseyans are voting for a new governor.
There's also voting for governor today in Virginia. Well, Jeep is recalling 320,000 plug-in hybrid vehicles, as we hear from Jeff Gilbert of affiliate WWJ Detroit.
These are vehicles that run on both battery and gasoline. The Wrangler and Grand Cherokee 4xEs have a high-voltage battery issue that can lead to a fire risk. For now, owners should park the vehicles outside and not charge them.
Pfizer says sales of its COVID-19 shots have fallen 25%. Federal regulators narrowed recommendations on who should get the vaccine, and approval of updated shots came late. Checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 130 points. The S&P is down 44. NASDAQ is down more than 200. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit recyclerightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you.
Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right, Tennessee.
Recycling isn't just about tossing materials in a bin, it's about knowing which materials are accepted. Go to recyclerightTN.com.
Recycle right, Tennessee.
This is Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Auctions are such a fun and easy way to buy real estate. We've got lots coming up. Don't miss out on this one.
Attention builders and investors, 2 properties selling together just about a mile and a half from Murfreesboro city limits. A charming 3-bedroom brick home on about an acre, plus an extra acre building lot with a 3-bedroom soil site. See you Saturday, November 8th at noon. More details at maplesrealtyandauction.com.
This is Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Auctions are such a fun and easy way to buy real estate. We've got lots coming up. Don't miss out on this one.
Attention builders and investors, 2 properties selling together just about a mile and a half from Murfreesboro city limits. A charming 3-bedroom brick home on about an acre, plus an extra acre building lot with a 3-bedroom soil site. See you Saturday, November 8th at noon. More details at maplesrealtyandauction.com.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold by Maples Realty and Auction.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, and here's some of the top stories impacting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Tuesday, November the 4th, 2025. While the Halloween decorations may be boxed up, the fright continues at gas stations across Tennessee, including Rutherford County. According to AAA, the statewide average for regular unleaded fuel is now $6.62 per gallon. Here in Rutherford County, prices hover slightly above that at $6.63 per gallon, placing local drivers squarely in the middle of Tennessee's fuel economy ranking. While not the cheapest, the title claimed by Henry County at $2.46 per gallon were far from the priciest. Williamson County drivers, for instance, are paying $3.05. In neighboring Shelbyville, motorists enjoy a modest dip at $2.60, making Murfreesboro drivers pay a little extra for the convenience of city access. But it's not just fuel cost weighing on wallets. Tennessee families relying on SNAP benefits may soon feel a tighter squeeze. Amid federal government shutdown, the Trump administration has announced that it will fund only part of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. While federal judges have mandated the program continue in some capacity, the USDA says it can currently cover only half of the usual $8 billion needed nationwide. With SNAP serving over 42 million Americans, including thousands across Rutherford County, delays and reduced benefits are expected as systems are reprogrammed. Food banks and state agencies are bracing for increased demand, with concerns mounting that low-income families may soon face hard choices between rent, bills, and groceries. If the shutdown stretches into December, local impacts could deepen, making the economic pressure even more severe across the region. State Senator Shane Reeves is highlighting resources for those impacted by the potential SNAP benefit disruptions. The new site, feedtn.org, offers a directory of local food banks, including options in Murfreesboro and Smyrna, along with ways for volunteer or donations. With approximately 690,000 Tennesseans depending on SNAP and no authority at the state level to replace missing federal funds, Reeves is urging residents to act with compassion. Quote, "If you're facing food insecurity, visit feedtn.org to find support," end quote. Additional support remains available through the Tennessee Department of Agriculture and TennCare's Choices Meal Delivery Program, especially for older adults and people with disabilities in Rutherford County and surrounding areas. Meanwhile, health experts are raising alarms about alpha-gal syndrome, a rare but rising tick-borne illness linked to several red meat allergies. Researchers report a 100-fold increase in AGS cases between 2013 and 2024, with Tennessee among the states seeing the sharpest spikes. The disease is transmitted by the Lone Star tick, now common in the southeast. Symptoms ranging from nausea and hives to life-threatening anaphylaxis can appear hours after eating beef, pork, or lamb. Because reactions are often delayed, misdiagnoses are common. Doctors stress prevention, wear insect repellent, long sleeves, and avoid tall grass while outdoors. With Murfreesboro and other parts of Rutherford County seeing more outdoor activity year-round, local health officials recommend thorough tick checks after hikes or yard work to stay safe. In Murfreesboro, resident Chappelle Morgan is sounding the alarm over ongoing littering and environmental neglect. After spotting discarded couches near a gas station on South Rutherford Boulevard, Morgan expressed frustration with the city's lack of enforcement. She says residents appear to be deliberately dumping items in low-traffic, unmonitored areas. While the city decorates the square for holidays, Morgan questions why similar resources aren't allocated to cleaning up and preventing illegal dumping. She's calling for stronger enforcement and more options for proper disposal of bulky items. Just southeast of Rutherford County, a recent drug bust in McMinnville underscores growing regional concerns. On October the 28th, McMinnville Police and the Warren County Sheriff's Office raided a home on Hannah Street, arresting James E. Wells, age 46, and Amanda N. Workman, age 39. Officials seized methamphetamine, a Schedule I substance, drug paraphernalia, and cash believed to be tied to drug sales. 4 juveniles, including an infant, were also found in the residence. The Tennessee Department of Children's Services is now involved. This marks the third significant drug-related arrest in the area in recent weeks. A prior arrest in September involved Robert Alexander Russell of Smyrna, who was believed to be a major meth supplier. Law enforcement officials emphasize that collaboration between the county agencies remains vital to curbing narcotics activity throughout the region. That's all for now. For updates on these and many more local news stories, be sure to check out our website, wgnsradio.com, or follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook, as well as X. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to leave a rating or a review on Spotify and iTunes, or a comment on YouTube. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, part of your Good Neighbor Network, and I'll talk to you later.
When severe weather strikes, we break in.
A tornado watch is in effect for Rutherford County.
The most up-to-date weather information.
We'll be here with you on radio and with Rutherford Weather video channels as we continue to track this storm.
Get 10-point details on severe and impactful weather in Rutherford County with Rutherford Weather.
A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for Rutherford County.
Listen for Rutherford weather updates on WGNS and watch on YouTube and Facebook by following at RUCO Weather. That's RUCO Weather. This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Well, it is football playoff time here in Middle Tennessee. The playoffs begin on Friday night. And on WGNS, you'll be able to hear the Riverdale-Lebanon game from Lebanon. Riverdale travels to Lebanon. The winner moves on in round 2. If you lose in the postseason, well, that means your season comes to a completion. So we'll be at Riverdale-Lebanon and keeping you updated on Oakland hosting Cookeville. Smyrna goes to Green Hill. Blackman will host the Gallatin Green Wave. Eagleville will travel to McEwen, and MTCS will host Chattanooga Grace. Providence Christian Academy, with their region win, they get a first-round bye. And so winners move on. The Riverdale, or first of all, the Blackman-Gallatin winner will take on Dobbins-Bennett or Farragut in the second round. If it's Dobbins-Bennett and Blackman, Blackman goes to Dobbins-Bennett on the 14th. The Maryville Rebels will host West Ridge. The Riverdale-Lebanon winner will go to Maryville. Oakland will take on Cookeville. The Patriots look to host either Jefferson County or Bradley Central in round 2. And the Smyrna Green Hill winner, well, they'll play either Oak Ridge or Science Hill in the second round. The complete brackets are on our website, as well as the upcoming games for Friday night. So our coverage will begin at 6 o'clock, and we will not have video on Big G TV during the playoffs due to some restrictions and the cost and all that kind of thing for video coverage. So if you have a business and would like to help sponsor that, well, I'd certainly love to talk to you. We'll be able to hopefully get that maybe going for you next year, but you know, the right person, the right time, we'll take it. We'll go with it here in the coming week. So, but anyway, Thursday night, primetime sports, 5 o'clock this Thursday. Actually, it'll be a little later this Thursday night. And let's see. Yeah, we'll have to talk to the fellas about that one. The Lady Raiders are at St. Louis on Thursday afternoon with a 3:30 airtime for that one. But Friday Night Thunder at 6:30 will be our pregame show. Then it's Riverdale at Lebanon, followed by Friday Night Thunder after the game. Saturday morning, we talk to the coaches on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, 9 o'clock until 11:45 when we wrap things up. Then at 12:30, we've got Middle Tennessee football as they host Florida International in the Salute to Veterans. And then at 6 o'clock, Middle Tennessee basketball, men's basketball, as they host Webster. So we're going to be live from 9 a.m. until about 9:30 p.m. with local sports coverage for you on this Saturday. Speaking of, tomorrow morning at 10, it's the Middle basketball team taking on Milligan to open up the regular season. We'll have a special edition of Rutherford Issues at 9 a.m. with the 10 o'clock tip. Chip Walters will bring you the play-by-play story from the Glass House. That is a look at the latest in local sports coverage here from WGNS. Let's check on the statewide scene. Here's Statewide Sports with Access Tennessee.
Access Tennessee Sports, I'm Josh Copley. The Nashville Predators would lose a heartbreaker in overtime 5-4 against the Vancouver Canucks, who scored the game-winning goal as the clock hit 0. It was a gutsy performance by Nashville to even force overtime, with all 4 goals being scored by a different player. The Preds are right back at it tonight at 7 as they head on the road to face the Minnesota Wild. The Memphis Grizzlies would also fall short last night, losing to the Detroit Pistons 114-106. John Morant would record a double-double in the loss, and Jaren Jackson Jr. would lead the team in scoring with 21 points. The Grizzlies will host the Houston Rockets tomorrow night inside the FedEx Forum at 7 p.m. Vanderbilt men's basketball improved to 1-0 on the fresh season after a blowout home win over Lipscomb 105-61. The number 18 Tennessee men would win their season opener as well against Mercer 76-61. Freshman standout Nate Ammett would lead the team in scoring with 18 points. I'm Josh Copley with Access Tennessee Sports.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Carlin Cochran. One person is dead after a shooting Saturday evening in West Hamblin County. Deputies say 39-year-old Tommy Wynn was found with multiple gunshot wounds in a neighbor's driveway after a reported altercation. Investigators say Wynn had threatened the property owner and charged at him with a stick before being shot. The homeowner admitted to the shooting, surrendered 2 guns, and was taken into custody for questioning. No charges have been filed, and the Hamblin County Sheriff's Office says the investigation is ongoing. A 15-year-old girl is in critical but stable condition at a Nashville hospital after being shot during what her 17-year-old boyfriend described as a struggle over his gun. Police say the shooting happened in a Madison apartment on North DuPont Avenue. The girl, who was about 30 weeks pregnant, was rushed to the hospital where her baby was delivered prematurely and is being cared for. The boyfriend has been charged with evidence tampering and unlawful gun possession by a minor, with more charges possible as the investigation continues.
I've got pets. AmeriCare Services Incorporated, family owned and operated. For residential and commercial customers, we offer a full range of services. Our services include one-time, monthly, and quarterly pest control, termite control, moisture and fungus control, automatic foundation vents, and more. Licensed, insured, and bonded for your protection. 893-7111.
All the best of the best to get rid of your pets.
AmeriCare Services Incorporated.
Governor Bill Lee and First Lady Maria Lee are inviting Tennesseans to celebrate the season at the 2025 Tennessee Residents Christmas Tours. This year's theme, Light of the World, highlights the message of Jesus Christ as the true light of Christmas. Tours will be open to the public December 5th through 7th and December 12th through 14th. Admission is free with a reservation, and guests are encouraged to bring donations to support 5 Tennessee nonprofits. Carlin Cochran, Access Tennessee News.
FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com, the Good Neighbor Network.
It's the new definition of mainstream. This is Jeff Gilbert with a Car Chronicles test drive. You can choose luxury, ruggedness, or speed, all-wheel or front-wheel drive, but all of the engine choices are hybrid. Still, you get a great mid-size SUV with 44 miles per gallon for just over $30,000. You can add extras and increase the price from there. It's a new Toyota RAV4, a vehicle that started as a modest small utility and has now become Toyota's best-selling product. I learned why when Toyota took me to Phoenix to get a really deep immersion in the RAV4. I drove smoothly through desert roads, even did a little mild off-roading. There are also plug-in hybrid trims that allow you to go in pure electric mode for over 50 miles. Toyota's RAV4 hits right in the heart of the mass market with a quality product. Let's give it a full 5 stars. With a Car Chronicles test drive, I'm Jeff Gilbert, CBS News.
Receive breaking news, sports scores, traffic, and weather bulletins on your cell phone. Sign up for text alerts at wgnsradio.com.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. This holiday season starts in downtown Murfreesboro. The annual lighting of the tree, powered by MTE, is Friday, December 5th, 6 p.m. So there'll be caroling, Santa, the sparkling tree, all the joy to celebrate Christmas in downtown Murfreesboro on December the 5th. That's a place you'll want to be. Well, we're talking about Steered Straight and Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift with Jennifer Sanchez this morning. Does it feel like Christmas yet to you?
No.
No. When does it feel like Christmas to you? After Thanksgiving?
Yes. Well, personally.
Yeah.
So my own yes. I'd actually say probably the week of Thanksgiving, because I do decorate the week of, because I actually go back home to family up north and go visit for Thanksgiving. So couple more weeks, I'll start feeling like it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, but in my store it's Christmas. So yeah, Halloween is come and gone. I'll keep a little bit of fall out and Thanksgiving platters out. And then so I'll have 2 rooms. So my boutique room and then my vintage room. So by the end of this week, my vintage room will turn into Christmas. So I will have 2 rooms to shop for Christmas. So that'll be a lot. And eventually it'll make its way up front. And so, yeah, we'll have little good stuff. Next week, I'm really excited. We've been hoarding away Harley Davidson stuff. So next week, we're going to be setting for Harley Davidson up front. So that's going to be really fun. And that always goes so fast.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah. It's gone within 2 days. So I'll just throw Christmas into it really fast after that. So that's kind of my plan in the back of my brain. I'm like, what do I got to put up with? Because usually a theme will stick around for at least a good week or 2. Harley is gone within a couple days.
That's wild. How do people know? They just see it?
Posting. I do a lot of the social media on there, just kind of word of mouth, just telling people what's coming up. Because people ask, like, hey, what's your next theme? What's going on up front? So I'll tell them. I have a calendar of when all of our themes are. So I'll let people know. But yeah, so that's next week will be Harley. But yeah, this week is both rooms Christmas and just getting all the Christmas stuff out. We've already got Christmas trees out. We've already got Christmas wreaths out. Actually, a lot of our Christmas trees have already sold. So we've got to put out more for sure. But we've already got all that Christmas stuff out. But yeah, we're doing good with it.
Have you seen a half tree come in?
Half tree? Like somebody just missed parts on it, or is
it
real?
No, it's a thing. Yeah. I have one at home.
What's a half tree?
So the back of the tree doesn't have the tree limb, so it kind of goes up
so
against.
It goes
it's like
flush against the wall.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's for a smaller space. So. It's really pretty cool.
I'm kind of blown by that at the moment.
Yeah.
I have not seen that come into my store, but that's actually pretty darn genius.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, I don't know. Anyway, I just thought when you said tree,
Side note.
it reminded me of my tree. At first, the kids made fun of me for getting that tree, and then it's like, well, you know what? It just looks like a tree. You can't really tell.
You can't tell. Yeah. That's cool.
So
no, I like that idea because your Christmas trees stick out in a room. So especially if you got a smaller space too. So
to keep from having to rearrange, that's what I just did. Just put it in a corner where it easily
works.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it works.
But trees, wreaths, I mean, all kinds of stuff, right?
I do. Yeah, I've got a lot of Christmas stuff out. And like I said, I already have one room that's set up for Christmas. And then by the end of this week, we'll have a second room. But we already have all the Christmas trees and wreaths out and stuff like that. So it feels like it in my store. It feels like Christmas in my store.
Which is located on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, by the way. If you turn onto what used to be Mercury Boulevard off of Southeast Broad to the left, like you're going toward Middle Tennessee, right before you get to that intersection with Middle Tennessee, if you look on the left, you'll find Steered Straight to Furniture and Thrift.
Mm-hmm.
And Steered Straight is at the very beginning of the name of the store, and that's really the reason why you're here and what you do. So tell us about the work of Steered Straight too.
Sure, absolutely. So that is led by Michael and Darla DeLeon. They're a married couple, and they have been doing this for 18 years now, going into schools, talking to students about drug and alcoholism, suicide and bullying, and vaping. Vaping's huge. So yeah, and then he talks about his kind of life in a nutshell and what happened to him, and just when he got started. What did he say? He started smoking at 11. So someone offered him a cigarette, and then the next thing they offered him was alcohol, and the next thing they offered him is a joint, and that was all at the age of 11, 12. So he started really young, and that spiraled out of control. He became a full-blown drug addict. He tried everything under the sun. I'm sure if vaping was a thing then, he probably would have vaped too. And then just gangs, all sorts of things, went in and out of jail constantly. But then he spent about a good 12 years in prison. And while he was in prison, there was a TV show called Scared Straight. And he never was too impressed with it, trying to scare minors into knocking it off. It wasn't a good turnaround, really. Most kids could care less. So he came out going, how do we get ahead of this? And getting ahead of it was going into the schools and talking to them at school. And so that's where the steered straight kind of came about. So yes, we have a very unique name for our store. A lot of people are like, what's Steered Straight? And we just try our best to explain that to them. And but yeah, they've been doing that for a long time now. And he also has prison ministries. They live in McMinnville. They have houses that are going up right now, and that is for the women's and kids ministry part. So women who are coming off the streets or coming out of incarceration that need kind of that next step. They have little houses out there that they are building right now for women and kids. So our profits, so we're a non-for-profit, so our profits that we make at our store build those houses. Helping.
We were in, running in bad circles, that kind of thing. It's probably a great place to go and not just land right back into the same area that got you in trouble the first time,
And we've had that a lot. So I've had these that have come from different places in Tennessee, even Kentucky. So they had to pick up their stuff and they had to move and leave. And they live in, because we've got a lot of halfway houses here in Murfreesboro. And so they'll apply or whatever. And so they are not even from this area, but they had to move away from that. And I've got an employee now. He's like, no, if I move back into that, I know exactly where I'll end up at. He goes, even though I'm strong here, I won't be strong there. So they know, especially when you really are trying to make that decision and change that life around. So I've had actually quite a few employees say the exact same thing. They just can't move back to where they were from, even though family's there.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
That's
they know
tough.
their weakness. And then that's like, gosh, I give them props for that. They know where they know they can't go back to.
Yeah. Well, and props for Steered Straight for recognizing the need for that in other areas, and it's just another I guess arm of what Michael and Darla have been working to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah. Goodness, their ministry, just what they do, it is awesome. It is really awesome, and they just work tirelessly. I mean, their bodies take a beating. I mean, he's falling apart, she's falling apart, but they are like, nope, we're gonna keep going. So yeah, she had a major surgery just like 6 months ago, and just life, and he needs to schedule himself for a surgery at some point for his back. His back is all screwed up, just either standing too much or sitting on a plane too much, just all that stuff. And he's like, eventually. So he's like, I got another school to go to.
Yeah.
It's just such a priority for them. So.
Well, that certainly drives what they do and drives Steered Straight and drives what you do. I mean, I'm sure, there are other places, other thrift stores that
we won't mention them.
No, but you go into and you may not really understand what the power of what they do really is and the impact. That's why I always like to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Because it is such a great thing, and to support Steered Straight, and if you support the thrift store, you support Steered Straight and
Absolutely.
the ministry. Jennifer Sanchez is with us, the manager of Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Well, we talked about Christmas, lots of Christmas stuff, but you told me also that this is the time of the year when people are maybe doing some late fall clean up and changing around and buying new stuff.
Absolutely. So yes, we can do pickups on Wednesdays. So if you guys have any furniture, or you still are there's still yard sales happening too.
Yeah.
So if you got a yard sale out there coming up, we can schedule you out. Now, typically I'm out by a couple of weeks, so please keep that in mind. So if you're doing a yard sale in the next week or two, give me a call, get me set up on your book so I can come and pick up your stuff. Absolutely. But yeah, a lot of people, November is actually really big for us to pick up furniture because they're switching things over for December for Christmas. So please give me a call. And like I said, I'm typically booked out by a couple weeks. We do pickups on Wednesday. So yeah, call me and we can go over what the items are. On pickup. So again, either large amounts or furniture in itself, but otherwise you can always drop off at the store too. So when we are open, you can always bring the donations to us too.
Okay. And to make the donations in person, you just drive around to the back?
Yes, sir. So you just drive right around back. And so we do close off the warehouse an hour before we actually close. So we are Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 6, and then Sundays are 11 to 4. So yes, we are open an hour later, but we have to have a cutoff time because I got to get my warehouse shut down, and that takes a minute.
Yeah. So kind of keep that in mind. And again, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, where you can find Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift, and website, Facebook. That's got all kinds of info and phone numbers and all to call. So
absolutely, yeah. And just a quick reminder for Thanksgiving time. Of course, we will be closed on Thanksgiving, but we will also be closed that Friday. So I do give Friday to my employees, and I've done that the last 4 years I've been running the store. So it's just a good time for them to go out and go shop and them to have time with their family and friends. So we will be closed that Thursday and Friday. So we have a Black Saturday and Sunday. So that's our sales.
Yeah. Well, and have some good prices and all that good stuff out there too. So keep that in mind. And well, happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, I love saying that. It's a delicious month.
Yes, it is.
I love Thanksgiving.
Certainly. Jennifer Sanchez with Steered Straight 2 Furniture and Thrift today.
Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home has served Murfreesboro.
Subscribe to Big G TV. Local content that matters to Rutherford County.